Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. So today's session is on how to get around the present memory problem in a dementia unit. So again, it's the friend coming in to see Trina, who is the dementia resident, and working on techniques to get around this present memory problem. So the characterization again is with Trina and the friend. So the friend comes in, sees Trina. Okay, she's visiting 3 times a week still, committed and dedicated. Trina's been in the unit, a good year, so she's well institutionalized. And her past memory's still there pretty much, but the present memory is really, pretty much gone. So in terms of getting around that, when she comes in, sometimes Trina recognizes her, knows her name, sometimes she doesn't. So to get around that, rather than saying, "Can you remember my name?" which is what not to do, she says, "Oh, Trina, it's I'm your friend," and then you say your name. "I'm here to visit you today." And "Oh, Trina, oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me of your name, because sometimes I forget, but I do know you. Of course I know you, but sometimes if you just remind me of your name, it's good, because then I can just, remember it at the time." So very good. So that's sorted, got around that one. And then rather than saying, "What did you have for breakfast?" or, "What have you done this morning?" mundane questions, you say, "Oh, Trina, it's so lovely to see you. It's always good." Yes, it's always good to see you, my good friend. We've always been such good friends," Trina says. "Yes, we have. Oh, now, by the way, I've got your TUI poster, or I might have already bought the TUI poster. Anyway, I've got another TUI poster. I saw another one that I thought you might like. So 2 TUI posters now, or actually, but the second TUI poster's got sparrows in it. Oh, yes. Well, actually, I'm, feeding the sparrows in the morning now. This is one thing Trina can remember, because she loves it so much. The sparrows, every morning I'm giving them bread, some of my toast. I just put it out the window and give it to the birds out the window. Favourite activity of the early morning. So, that's very good, Trina. So you've got your TUI poster, with the sparrows, you're feeding your sparrows, you're going to the newspaper reading, we're reading the newspaper together. You're doing yes, actually, it's quite a busy day, actually. I've got so much on, and with you and all the things you're doing with me, and I'm fine, I'm okay. So this is how to work around it. Basically, to work around the present memory problem, you do not bring up stuff about the present memory problem. You do not bring up stuff about the present memory. Feelings are always a good safe space to converse with, like, "Oh, Trina, it's lovely to see you. I'm always happy to see you, and come and go for the walks and do the newspaper reading and all the good things. Yes, and I always love seeing you too. It's such a good experience, all the things that we do together." So Trina's not actually having to, specifically say about any present memory stuff. I mean, the friend is filling in with the present memory stuff, and the feelings are there just the same, generated, and the past memory still there with, all of that we've been through in other videos, so Trina can link into that. And actually, there's so many activities that, the friend is doing with Trina now, the walk when it's a sunny day or even half sunny, the newspaper reading. She joins in activities often with Trina, often stays for a meal. I mean, there's a lot going on and a lot to discuss that's happening at the time, because that doesn't require present memory. When she's having an activity with Trina, like, "Oh, now, Trina, how are you going with your newspaper reading?" "Well, I can read the titles at the top, and I know what's happening with, Harry and Meghan, and from the women's weeklies that you bring in. I can't read it all exactly, but from the photos and the title, I can pretty much work it out that they're having a hard time there in America." So that's good. Well, that's good, Trina. You're really doing very well with all your reading and your activities and things. And so actually present memory doesn't need to come into it, because, and Trina, I just want to check with you that everything's going okay with your showering and your dressing and your wardrobe. Everything's fine. Oh, yes, every day they do whatever they need to do, and I'm fine. I can do most of my things, which she can actually, because she's always been so fit and active, thankfully. You know, she's not immobile. It's just mainly the memory problem. So in this way, Trina doesn't really need to have a present memory, because everything's done for her. Her cares, her showering, her hair washing, her meals, everything is catered for in a dementia unit, because the present memory is not there. So so there's no risk on that level, and you don't need to bring it up as a friend, because there's past memory you can link into. Present memory issues, you can be the voice for Trina on present memory stuff, like your name or anything else that needs, you know, what's coming up for lunch, or, you know, lunch is soon or whatever. And then in terms of activities, as you're actually doing them, you can talk about them. That doesn't require present memory to talk about, like the jigsaw puzzle if you're doing it. For example, when you and Trina do the jigsaw of New Zealand, your favourite jigsaw, you can discuss all the wonderful places that you've visited and tramped in. As you're doing the jigsaw puzzle, Trina can see the jigsaw puzzle and can link in, oh yes, I do, I love that West Coast, and I'm just finding a piece for that now. All those beautiful walks we used to have along Fiordland, all those mountains and lakes and glorious sunsets, and oh, we had such a lovely time. Past memory. Yes, we did, Trina, and look, we're doing this jigsaw puzzle, and we can remember all those wonderful things while we're doing that. So, you know, with all the activities, such as jigsaw puzzles or anything else, if you can bring in the past conversation, past memory with that, good. Otherwise, still, they can engage with the jigsaw puzzle. And would you like me, Trina, to bring in another jigsaw puzzle? Well, actually, yes, I do like that jigsaw puzzles you brought on flowers, because I've always enjoyed the garden. Yes, Trina, you've been a very good gardener all your life. I know that. And thank goodness you've got a room that looks out on the garden and the Southern Alps. So not much of a garden, but at least some flowers. And then you've got the glorious Southern Alps. Oh, yes, I love seeing all that snow in the winter, you know, and beautiful Southern Alps and the sunset, and sometimes sunset, I don't really see the sun, but all the, you know, the golden glow over the mountains, and the snow is just so beautiful. So you haven't got many flowers, but you've got a few flowers, you've got the sunset, you've got you know, your lovely view out your window. So in this way, you just, you know, can chat away, and but that's why activities are really important, because they fill in the time constructively. You can still, Trina can still converse, she can still, you know, keep all the cognition going, but she's not being challenged with the present memory that's faded. So now, Trina, okay, I'm going to get a jigsaw puzzle with flowers, you know, cottage garden scenes. Is there anything else you can think of? Oh, no, I think I'm quite satisfied, really. You know, it's lovely food here, and you know, I can't remember exactly what we eat, but anyway, I know that it's good, and it's warm. I feel warm. Right now I'm warm in my room, you know, I've got the view and the sparrows and the mountains. I remember that. And so you fill in for me with everything so well, and I really appreciate it. So look, there we go. I mean, the friend is well versed, you know, she knows about all the medical side of it, the present memory, the past memory. She's linking in with the nurses and doctors, goes to half the doctors' meetings now, because the sister's not, you know, a bit disabled with the hip and she can't walk far. So you're pretty much doing everything. The friend is pretty much doing everything, which is a big job actually. But she's up for it. She's strong. Trina's been a good friend all her life. You know, why not serve and help humanity, at least one person in her world? And, you know, it helps the unit as well, because you know, the friend's made friends with other people at the unit, and she's a positive force. She's, you know, enthusiastic and keen and all of that. So that's the way to just work around the present memory. Just don't bring it up, or be the voice when you need to be a voice for the present memory of the person, do that. Otherwise, past memory and activities work well. So thank you for your likes and subscriptions. Please subscribe if you can. Thank you for your support for this channel. I really appreciate it.